Ombeye, Eddie Jane Mensa, Mammy, Abijina Adakem.
So no man penny doma eyin seven a lawyer for no so kasa mo chese the petitioner say yen de bre no mo say no enya de applications ahodo no ebefa.
Uganda mem asrafo na kan ho bia kotututu aye basabasa amansantrofo bi awu na America any UN akasetia.
Where is Sembi and I de Ebremu and Anumre, yeah, didn't say we Ebron Midi, Eddie Anim Addo, Miniaba.
Obahima Afia Asiedu. Afia yentie kasiebon emu ensem. Omampanyin da John Rawlings na busuafo abomodin akopiem e wo mampanyin na Addo danko akufo Addo ne naso na wokoya wo nantesie nyina e wo Jubilee House e boko ebusuan se wo kita won nsem asede piesie a wo de ma omampanyin na Addo danko akufo Addo se de oginemo na oye abremponye e de ja omampanyin da John Rawlings kwan no aye ebusuan fe na hye omo enmunya.
At the behest of the widow of our former president, to convey the special gratitude, first of the family and especially of the widow, to you and your staff for helping us to give our former president a fitting send-off. We have come at this time because we do not want to delay the expression of our gratitude to you, to your staff, and of course to the country for the kind of funeral that we experienced. We are particularly grateful to Your Excellency for the personal involvement that you showed, the leadership that you showed in planning and executing the state funeral of President Rawlings. It is true that you were doing what was expected of a president, but in many ways we saw and were convinced that you went a little beyond your duties in ensuring that a fitting farewell was given to former President Rawlings.
It had been my strongest of wishes that we would all work together to give this man who made such a big impact on the lives of all of us in Ghana and on our history a befitting funeral and a dignified exit. Being the current occupant of the chair, I thought it was my particular duty to make sure that that was done. I did it because he himself has occupied this office, and also because by the time of his death we had also developed a good relationship between us. And I felt that with respect to both the office that he had occupied, which I now occupied, and also to the relationship that had developed between us, I owed it as a duty to him, to the former First Lady, to his children, to make sure that he got a befitting funeral. I'm happy that virtually everybody who participated and observed his funeral, his final funeral rites, was satisfied that the right thing had been done by the Ghanaian state to this very, very outstanding figure of our history. I continue to have a very positive set of feelings towards him and his family, towards all of you, and whatever that can be done to assist in securing the well-being of all of them, I'm prepared to do my part for that. That is the assurance that I want to give. Once again, as I say, you're welcome, and thank you for this visit. Thank you.
ene omanya sem di bia about time Supreme Court etena se wo petition about ho nsema ekoso no na court no tena se wie no NDC kasamafo ru asame jamfi nsema ode tudwa na chese mu se mame je mensa electoral commission panini ye man kwan se omra emetena se meyi nsem bia na so ombe fa kwan bia so apremra na kopim se mame no ekwan be ma se omra emetena se meyi nsem bia no.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I earlier on said, it was the circumstance that pushed me to do that. And
you still can be waxing the theory of circumstance, but you see, there are electoral rules. Polling station conduct is governed by law. If you have grievances, there are in our laws.
At the heart of these applications is the issue of fair hearing for the petitioner, and by extension the people of Ghana, because the petitioner is doing this for and on behalf of all of us. And that having relied on that representation by Madame G. Mensah and having closed our case based on that representation, we will be denied fair hearing if she is not held to her own representations conclusively under Section 26, because under Section 26 and 24 of the Evidence Act, she has put herself under a conclusive presumption that she will testify. I'm sure you all remember one of the justices of the bench asking lawyer Chachuchikata then that, oh, so can't she change her mind? It was all in reference to the issue of estopel. So why the court did not make reference to that and deal with that in this ruling for us is a grave, if you like, violation of the law. Now, in the court's decision on the matter, they simply said that they disagree with us because we have not shown that these fundamental errors of law have occasioned any miscarriage of justice to the petitioner. And that is why we vehemently disagree with the court. We respectfully but vehemently disagree with the court, because these applications are not being brought for nothing. We believe that in line with Article 19, Clause 13 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 26 of the Evidence Act, G. Mensah must be made to testify based on her own election and to answer questions that are germane to the issues before the court. And that refusing that would deny the petition of fair hearing. What else do we need to prove because before the court will know that their non-compliance with Section 26 respectfully has occasioned a miscarriage of justice to the petitioner? Because that is without saying, it is a given that their non-compliance has occasioned a miscarriage of justice to us. So what we want to tell Ghanaians who are watching this briefing, particularly the over 6 million Ghanaians who voted for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is that some of these decisions are not going in our favor. And there is a tendency for some of you to be crestfallen and sad. But we are standing here as leaders who have the authority of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to tell you that don't give up and not give in. Chin up, square up your shoulders, because no matter how this court decision will go, no matter how it will go, Ghanaians, all of us are discerning. The world is watching, and we will all know the truth for ourselves.
Mami bevisa wakum sinoko PM appointment committee Anim na kasa ne ncheche mu emono ena mpanyifo beka se afra se ebra na voter registration exercise ekos no kai so okotututu obi wo ha na wage atum de ne siye eno no so de cheopa emma mpanyifo na wachire se wanu ne ho.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I earlier on said, it was the circumstance that pushed me to do that. And
you still can be waxing the theory of circumstance, but you see, there are electoral rules. Polling station conduct is governed by law. If you have grievances, there are in our laws provisions for the management of those grievances. So whatever the circumstance must be, you have sworn an oath to uphold the Constitution and the laws of Ghana, including those electoral laws, which is what should provide you cover, that if you felt dissatisfied about anything, not to go to reduce it to a jungle warfare, pardon my word. Why did you do that? What circumstance could have provoked you to that level?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will also want to put on record that yes, there was a name of a polling station there, but it did not happen at the polling station. It happened outside the polling center, about 150 meters away that it happened. And I still say I regret for that. It's under investigation. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, my follow-up questions have more or less, been answered in your answer, to the extent that I was going to ask whether, with the benefit of hindsight, if the circumstances played out again as it did on that day, would your reaction be the same as it was on those occasions? Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
No, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Yet was one year saying I Supreme Court Uni Aquaquashe and someone a course so the petitioners near the Koya court no Ebogu and now Mamu someone a year and I could for a lawyer for so a Casana Fati Awaka and a Casana and so the two Janets say and some petitioners in the corner on the bad name or channel the GD say and ya dear Ebekwa Kusi baby.
Obekanya abosumi da na etoso dubako court no buae ese untimi nhye obisa omegina adaka mu media dance enye mmara wo Ghana ha ye de adwuma eni nyina so wo mmram na court no ka sa no petitioner ne na lawyer fo mo bo anyoso enti mo ka sa mo besa abesere court ni bio by way of review na yemfa judge fo ni bi nka ho no mo nsanti asem na efri se obetimi aba review se ebiye atemu na efri court no baaye no na eni nyina so wo mmram anase na nsem foforo bi wo honom a enka na omunima ebetimi asesa atemu no nanso so mo kan a enne eye ajajefo akuku da mienu ebe kan so no ho eye his lordship justice Amadu Tanko ena her ladyship Rawlings Johnson omo nyina betina omo betina ase ekokobua okoko mu sabai se ensem omo kan nyina eni nyina so e wo mmram efise ensi atentine ni trase na afenso sa eye evidence act section 24 ne section 26 no omo koti ye no eni nyina so wa asem we ye kan mu ebio miscarriage of justice bia ankoso ebio omansan fansem foforo bia ehu behia for a review amedan court enti eye review yo mo de bai kra na chese na eni nyina so e wo mram enti court no bo etugu prekope eye ajajefo akuku dam enkono a omotena akonwama wi omo botugu prekope na no na chi no na de srede ba ko omo sade abedan court ene say enka asama court kan eye petition court no ntwentwen so ekosi review asemi court no beti na abekan ya ansa na court no enko kokwa mu nsa amra mesi nkonwa efa sa stay of proceedings asemi hu na review ni nti omudi stay application ne ba na court na tie awie dada na kire se sa review sa stay of proceedings application no awukura ansa na yebenya nti na hu mehia se ye se bre na esi nkonwa enti court no ka se eye moot echese ye de ba na awu dada enti na hu hia se court no beti
Mwase bedweni ema okan kwe central emrebi a HMS no ye so for be di ekira wo hwe ahonidie ni nsuo nsem eso honorable Patrick Yabo Amakasa odi adesede eto asoye a ehwe adwadie ene mfidi djuma soafo anim se na daroma wonfa ne nan ensi for mesan se Ghana ene Benin e wo se omutumi ekọ entiase apemo na wotumi di hihye mapa egu akwan so efa adwadie a eye ECOWAS trade liberalization scheme no eho enso mentimi hwasni achiwachi bi wo ntimpanyifo nhwe na wonye NCC
Mrasha bedwani o kan kwe central no asese gina mu se kan na suafo abedi akire de ma ahonidie na afensio nsem onumunyamfo Patrick Yabo ama ena de nsem we nyina no eto asoye hwe adwadie ensem so anim se wo mommo moden na sisi ano adwadie ensem a eda o my Ghana ene benifo ntem a ekwa akoye boache bidin no wo mo hwe ho nsenkaye na ntimi emmoa ema ne nwie peye wo kire se sisi ana adwadifo a wo mo ene benifo edidwa na so mo de niama ekọ beni kokodi dwa wo honom no kan na nka beni aban no wo kire se wo yiyi taxes taxes ahodo na nkomo tuatua wo so ni nyina na nso sisi ano wasan so asan e de tax ato eniama na omo de free Ghana ha no ko bani ni nyina eso
let us see but a free mass industry a being so free enterprise na other companies are export products from Ghana to West African countries under the ECOWAS trade liberalization scheme no and certain benefits so fast tax the levies near there or some commutuano scheme no more exemptions I'm saying best 6 months ni and I've been in for the to say implement this scheme no inti ama Ghana companies now export to Kohono ama less competitive ama nkrofon so age niema free hono so share other companies are Benin implement this restrictions no ADG niema na free ho so bebre esa say when to be exporting niema na ejuma for more companies no Ghana no ejuma betimi abon wentina my a bit concerned no inti message say so bibi Ministry of Trade ane aban penny for betimi afa ho a enimani mi ya stress omo ne ho juma mo say how muntina omo circulating some of the challenges that omo nya wo Benin.
Adwuma ko bia nhyɛ aban ase na ɛboa na moja ayasabia ehia brebia de bedi adwuma no atumi akɔsoro anedin ɛde Kwaba Foundation no ɛde dwumadie bia ba na dwumadie ɛyɛ dwumadie ayɛfa abɛfo ntentan so na yɛtumi ɛde akyiri kwan a yɛbɛfa so na moja ho nsɛm no kwa ayasabia ɛbɛtumi aboa na yɛtumota atumi akabi adwumadie no akɔntem.
Blood donation tracker app we no enam Kwaba Foundation nsa so no omo ene National Blood Service Ghana no etimi ede aba abontin a womo adan no ade akere Ghana fo womo kire se benam so na womanfo dodo no atimi afa so ede akere womo se o ye bia pese yetwi moja e wa ha no nti momra ha no na mama twi moja emfa ma yen aha womo eye ne sa pe na etimi aboa na omo so nya moja dodo no a e wo National Blood Bank wo no mo a e moja ho nkonkokwa atwe kura emfa ema o my Ghana nso na wo chese mame Kwaba Stevens wono na yekofare by the Kwaba Foundation okasa ye echire mu e de chire nsantwefo efa blood donation tracker app yi ene mfasode a wogidi se Ghana fo ebetimi enya no wo mu
me sho se mu na da mote se yehia moja ene to gbe mi sasa ana moja pia ya twi still mu hia moja eye ade kese pa ekoso na sisi a covid crampa ba yi de amanfo kan enkasa ye ho kra because I say obi adwen ho you stay at home na den nti so odwen ho na odwen obi foforo ho nti you dream different interventions with me there ba ebe encouraging crofo na mama moja a bit more and as some people may know and be musu nim say schools no omo pa na yem moja no se bi munim sa na important say be de ro no say schools no ampa omo moja ne bom abaso na other schools now omo start your crowd dream kasa and the yenso yen boy because one shawa we are no unya moja ba no nim so bi na dem out into say schools in the biggest group of mamuja ni decided say sa app we you be focus on the schools no into blood service no omko school na information that no muja mo to be person see there's information no e beto your phone so into esa na say blood service rep no or Sunday ma or sirigu ketekrachi keta baby obiano obia use a back database me na say what me click who say sa region we na ya there sa district we na there sa school we na there ni aboma paso in that way no e be bua ni ama more blood because you say obi a school okoye there ojitu mu pa interesa no say school no omo ya there abua aman no
Dr. Justina Ansa eye pani kwandwefo a woda National Blood Service Ghana ano na wono so nsem wodi tu dwa eni
so this app is actually for the blood service and it's for the blood donor recruiters. So as the students donate, it doesn't matter which part in the country because this has gone through piloting and all that. So wherever the students are, whichever school they are, when they donate, it's captured onto, they take a picture of it and it's captured. And because they have been trained, it comes onto the database. So when it comes, we can analyze this data and it's able to help us to know who's donating well, in what region students are donating best. And you realize that in the speeches also, the old students, boys, old girls can join their schools. So it's a way of trying to, we try to encourage them to donate.
Ejimako bi ede abuse relief call omanya chitaye F UNICEF Ghana for enchin to my conference bi na ni nyina efa ekwan a obetumi afa so na waye NCC esanse etoda nipa bebrena ehia ayakayaka de ewo enem ensie ye sexual and gender based violence a ekoso ewo memo no eno hana montu e na wotu no hwe ape asem no nepo mesibre
abuse relief call angasa de start ye djuma de ne be infie ensianie after 2015 and I started as an NGO, but energy media there a partnership by UNICEF Ghana who cases and I can. Then I started 2020 19th October running for a year. Now after the first quarter no say me assisted with a number of 69 cases. And then I say share cases name 62 ma and na mu miensa member and the mu 9 so case na share down corner Anim science ya can say pending cases empeme bi nipa ko na otomo na na se odi bone no ebia ono na boa abusua no nti eya na maamefo ni so say nipa yo kwachi ne kotuma hwan na behwe ya abusua no impoko ya lawyer fo bitimi gina so e de tu nipa na oba court na fo say asemu de obeka unya mpatasika bia nti ebe ya eni nipa ni nkosiesi wo fie nti ya be say edikan no yencha medical examination fee no nanka ye introduce some reward and as a compensation system ema victims any omabusu and said be ya na ni beda say odi asem na chi a obenya bibi kakra de atetene kaso
yan ye ka abuse na obi te ya bia na adwene ahuri akosi se bi eboro ana se watomo na enye no nko a se wo obi wo ho na wo hye na hometie kora ma ne ye ohomigu ni mu a e abuse ebi ye psychological enye physical chese wabono but ebi ya ade a wo beye nipa ebe hye ne pa kona kuma mu na oti honum a sabi no osugu ni mu eno nso ya abuse no dawson na ne susu anso ne se ema nipa ne ntena ne ho ne nase tenene eno nti na ye pese ye bohu dawuro se ye hwe eniema a ekoso wo ya brabo mu a emu ama ya setena nwie peye
police for ye no mo bebrebe. Apart from that, also, yes, also, any other stakeholders, actors, and also, you educated the general public. Yes, sensitize you be a choir, your first one, your bebwa, your code, and also mom cost at TM. Could one and mom cost at TM still a who or more tia for say, or godfather, and as you be a more down, into a bus and a difficult or beba no be reported. Into a best say, who are outside no who will be air cost at TM, say about fra. And I say penimpono, my police are sonte na police nso enko nipa no emwa.
Enyume kase bo na egusu ya de bremo e wo YouTube so sabre ye twa ho ne age abo from krato aba ye ba ye beto ansem no so.